On this edition of City Focus, see highlights of the Guns vs. Hoses blood drive. The Valdosta Fire Department gives tips on how to avoid an electrical fire. The city wins an award for land use for solar panels. And we have Vanessa Flukas from the Neighborhood Development Division to discuss the Back to School Community Block Party. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus McConico, the media coordinator for the City of Valdosta. This is the 15th episode of City Focus in 2018. City Focus is your source for what's happening within your government. Here are the most important topics that are happening in the city. The Valdosta Fire Department is giving citizens tips on how they can avoid an electrical fire. They want you to be aware of overloading your system.
Once the system is overloaded, it's doomed to fail, and it can have all kind of mechanical issues and mechanical complications. So like I said, breaker, panel boxes, they're indicators that electrical issues are there.
Another thing to remember is that extension cords are not to be permanent means of power.
Extension cords are only made for temporary use. It's not made to use. I've known or heard of people that use extension cord such as to run electricity into another part of the house, another room, out into a storage shed or barn. It's for temporary, but a lot of times people use it thinking it's permanent and fire will not happen or will never happen to them.
If electrical outlets have changed colors, you may want to call a certified electrician, and remember that the Valdosta Fire Department has a smoke alarm program.
Your switch can get hot. Also too, when it's too much heat on it, you may see a brownish yellowish color of it's changing because it has had heat at some time or another, so you want to make sure on that. Now, for people who may not be able to afford it or elderly people, we do have a smoke alarm program where we do assist and we do come in and we do check smoke alarms in most occasions.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Fire Department at 229-333-1836.
With the help of the local chapter of the Red Cross, members of the Valdosta Fire and Police Departments joined together to give back to the community with their Guns vs. Hoses blood drive. Firefighters, officers, and citizens all came together to give the gift of life. This is just another way that both departments save lives.
The fire department and police, we work together on a lot of cases, but not just fires. Car accidents we get daily. As people know, there's a huge amount of traffic that comes through Valdosta, and we get people that are injured in car accidents, put in bad situations. FD's got to help get them out of the vehicle. We're out trying to help them as well. And anytime somebody has a very serious medical issue, of course they send everybody, us paramedics and fire department. So I love being able to, do this event with the fire department. They've got a lot of good guys, and we enjoy it a lot.
I think serving the community is just a big, important thing in general. Mainly the adults know what firemen are and firewomen are, but when it comes to children, being that positive impact in the community, and showing them what you can do, as you get older, and just be that positive impact on the community, whether it's giving blood or, helping out anywhere.
For more information on how you can give blood, contact the Red Cross at 229-242-7404.
The City of Valdosta is reminding residents that are building pools that they need to get a permit before construction begins.
The first step you need to do, you have to go to zoning and get approval from them, because you got to know your setbacks from your property lines. You may not have enough room to put a pool by the time you get your setbacks and all done in. The second step, then you take your zoning approval and you go to the permit office. and they will, if as long as the zoning has approved it, they will give you a permit. On that permit, you have to have a electrical permit, and you have to have the actual pool permit.
The permits are to ensure that you don't encroach on your neighbor's property, but also for safety concerns.
The biggest thing is the life safety issue. People just don't realize how dangerous a pool is. I know recently in the past, just in Lowndes County, we've had 2 or 3 deaths, and it's just from neglect. But the biggest thing is make sure that you have the proper ground fault breakers for your electrical stuff, and make sure your pool and all is bonded good. And then make sure you have your door safety alarms. Each door has and window within the barrier of the pool, the barrier being the fence around the pool, it has to have either a window alarm or a door alarm. Your security system doesn't suffice for this. You have to have an individual alarm for each window and door.
The new pool owner also has some other safety features that they need to ensure that are installed.
The barrier it could be a wooden fence, solid wooden fence, or it could be a chain link fence around the pool. And there's 2 types of gates. There's what they call a utility gate. That's where the double gates. If that's the only thing you got going into that area, one of those gates has to open away from the pool. It has to open up that way is if when the emergency people get there, people have tendency to just pile stuff up behind gates and all, and they can't open it. So they want it to where they can pull it towards them and be able to get into there. It has to be self-closing, self-latching, and the latch has to be at least 52 inches off the ground. So a kid of younger heights, whatever, can't reach it.
For more information, contact Inspections at 229-259-3506.
Oh. Yes. I am on the way. Oh, spelled that wrong completely.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Sergeant Browning with the Valdosta State University Police Department.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. As of July 1st, Georgia enacted the hands-free law. You're not supposed to have your cell phone in your hand when you're driving.
Oh, okay.
Do you have your driver's license on you?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, I do.
Thank you.
Is this some kind of safety precaution?
What it is that traffic accidents have went up due to people being on their phone, talking on their phone, text messaging, taking selfies, Snapchatting, all that. So what this law is helping people to maybe drive safe and pay attention more to the road and not to their phone.
All right, that makes sense.
No problem. Just give me 1 minute, okay?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alan Rowe, Chief of Police, Valdosta State University.
And I'm Brian Childress, Chief of Police for the Valdosta Police Department.
The City of Valdosta and Valdosta State University take distracted driving very seriously, as it's one of our leading causes of fatalities and traffic crashes. Beginning July 1st, Brian and I's officers will be out to enforce this new law.
And if you think Valdosta Police Department is not going to comply with the law, well, you're mistaken. Even though there's a law enforcement exemption, Valdosta Police Department will also be hands-free.
Keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel.
Welcome back to City Focus. We have Vanessa Flukas here to talk to us about the Back to School Community Block Party. Welcome to the show, Vanessa.
Thanks, Marcus, for having me.
Now, why did the Neighborhood Development Division decide to have this Back to School event?
Well, in years past, as in our community around this time of year, you would have anywhere from 10 to 100 back to school events in our community. And what we noticed was that you had just a small select group of people that would go to every single opportunity or place to get free school supplies when they really didn't need it. And we just looked at it as greed. We didn't turn around and saw these same people selling these supplies that were given to them free. And then we realized that how many children were not being able to be served through these organizations to be helping them with their school supplies. So we decided that if we organize it and do one, we also were told by several community organizations, larger community organizations that said, hey, if you do one, we'll make a donation to it, but we can't open the door to say we're going to donate to every single school supply drive in our community. So we thought that it was best just to do one community back to school drive and maximize our resources in the community.
Understandable. Now, why do you think it's a city responsibility to come up with this idea, create it, and come up with this event?
Ultimately, it's our children. It's our future. If we're looking to our kids to be the next mayor, the next city council members, the next media coordinator, and the next neighborhood development director, we need to make sure that they have the necessary resources and supplies when they go to school. You know, it's just as simple as that. So if we supply them and equip them to be successful in school, then they will be able to take care of us in the future.
Gotcha. And when is this event and who's invited?
It's Saturday, August 4th, and it's at Drexel Park, and it's also running over into Bazemore Hyder Stadium. And it's from 10 to 1 on Saturday, August 4th.
Okay. Other than school supplies, will there be other things out there, other vendors involved with the event?
Yes, that's why we called it a community block party. Not only do we want to give out school supplies and make sure that our students are equipped for school, but this is going to be a rare opportunity that most of the time you're going to have the student and either the parent or someone who cares for that student. So this is an opportunity for us to showcase all the resources that are available in our community that can touch a family or a child. So that's what we've really reached out for. We have school districts that are going to be there. We have healthcare organizations. We have tutoring organizations. Anything that would be of any importance to a family, housing opportunities, things of that nature. So that's why we said it's a community block party, because we're focusing on the school supplies, but we want to make sure that we're going to utilize this opportunity to touch our public and give them information.
Awesome, awesome. Are we planning for this to be an annual event?
Yes. As I've told all of the people who have been volunteering and helping us organize this year it will be what it's going to be. It's going to be small, and we've tried to reach out to as many organizations to say, hey, come on board and let's do one event. But we see this coming every single year and growing bigger and bigger every year.
Is there anything else you want people to know about the community block party, back to school block party?
Well, what we want to let people know is we want them to understand that for most part, most of these children have already pre-registered. We sent out forms to the school districts before school let out, so we have close to 1,000 children already pre-registered. But it doesn't preclude you from coming to the event, taking part in the activities that we have, looking at the vendors, getting information, but you still can register to get school supplies, but what will happen is those supplies will be delivered to your school between the first 2 weeks of school. And this is open to any child who resides or goes to school in Lowndes County.
So private school?
Private school, home school, charter school, Lowndes County schools, Valdosta City schools. If you reside or you attend school in Lowndes County, you're more than welcome to come.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you guys for creating this wonderful event, and I'm sure it's going to be super successful with all the people that you already have registered. And we'll be back here on City Focus.
Good afternoon, I'm Sergeant Browning with Valdosta State University Police Department. I noticed you had your phone in your hand while driving.
Oh, I'm looking up a place I'm supposed to meet my friend.
Okay, yes ma'am. As of July 1st, Georgia enacted the hands-free law, where you are not allowed to have your phone in your hand or support it with any other body part while driving.
Oh.
Yes ma'am. Do you have your driver's license on you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alan Rowe, Chief of Police, Valdosta State University.
And I'm Brian Childress, Chief of Police for the Valdosta Police Department.
The City of Valdosta and Valdosta State University take distracted driving very seriously, as it's one of our leading causes of fatalities in traffic crashes. Beginning July 1st, Brian and I's officers will be out to enforce this new law.
And if you think Valdosta Police Department is not going to comply with the law, well, you're mistaken. Even though there's a law enforcement exemption, Valdosta Police Department will also be hands-free.
Keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel.
During the July 19th Valdosta City Council meeting, Police Chief Brian Childress and City Manager Mark Barber held a special presentation in honor of Valdosta Police Department Commander Leslie Manahan, who graduated from an Advanced Command College program. After completing the 12-week program at Columbus State, in which students must complete a research project which is reviewed by the Command College, the student is awarded a master's degree in public administration. In May of 2018, Commander Leslie Manahan of the Detective Bureau completed all Command College requirements and was awarded a master's degree. Metro 17 and the City of Valdosta would like to congratulate Commander Manahan on this great accomplishment. From July 16th to 22nd, the Valdosta Police Department participated in Operation Southern Shield. For the second consecutive year, officers from across the South came together to stop speeders. Police officers from Georgia, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, and Tennessee were out patrolling for speeders on highways and interstates. Thank you to all officers involved in Operation Southern Shield. Metro 17 and the City of Valdosta encourage drivers to obey speed limits and drive safe.
Local students are ending their summer by spending time in the DeFi program with members of the Valdosta Police Department.
We learned about drugs, and we went to the fire station, and we also just learned what to say when somebody offers you drugs and what to do if you see somebody doing drugs in school and tell an adult.
Do you agree to remain drug and alcohol free, to make good decisions and to consider the consequences of your actions?
At municipal court, each student made a promise to Judge Bender to remain drug-free. DeFi is just another program that VPD has to steer kids away from drugs.
And the DeFi program actually stands for Drug Education for Youth. Basically what we want to do is we want to take youth and give them some tips and information on how to abstain from drugs.
The camp is during the summer, but the contact with the kids will continue throughout the year.
We run a 1-week phase 1 camp, and that's what we're doing right now. We're right in the middle of that. We teach the children everything from abstinence from drugs to etiquette, manners, you name it. Then once a month after that, we will meet. We will take them to a venue such as, Wild Adventures for their graduation. And each month we take them to a separate venue where they can actually put in use and practice the stuff that we've been teaching them this past week.
For more information about the DeFi program, contact the Valdosta Police Department. At the July 26 Georgia Chapter American Public Works Association Awards Ceremony, Valdosta received the Georgia Chapter Small Cities, Rural Communities Structures Projects of the Year Award for our Powering Up with Solar project. City-owned property that has no higher use of value and that generates no tax revenue, such as land adjacent to the wastewater treatment plant, insert landfill, and state prison, have been used to place solar panels. The solar panels installed in these locations provide energy and save money for the city and its citizens.
The City of Valdosta is currently repaving local roads throughout the city using the Local Maintenance and Improvement Grant, or LMIG. There is a list of 21 local streets that will be repaved using this state fund. The city has already began 16 streets and still have 5 yet to begin. Wilson Avenue, Charlie Street, Lamar Road, Ray Alley, and University Drive. For more information, contact the engineering department.
Now let's take a look at what's taking place in the city in the coming weeks. July 30th, Greater Lowndes Planning Commission meeting, 5:30 at 325 West Savannah Avenue. August 1st, deadline for board opportunities. August 3rd, First Friday in downtown Valdosta beginning at 6 p.m. August 4th, 100 Black Men of Valdosta Barbecue Cook-Off, 9 a.m. in downtown Valdosta. August 6th, Valdosta Historic Preservation Commission meeting, 5:30 at the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. August 7th, Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, 2:30 at the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. August 7th, Valdosta City Council Work Session, 5:30 in Council Chambers. August 9th, Valdosta City Council meeting, 5:30 in Council Chambers. August 14th, Central Valdosta Development Authority Board meeting, 5 p.m. at the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. August 15th, Hospital Authority of Valdosta and Lowndes County meeting, 8 a.m. in the SGMC Executive Boardroom. August 15th, Valdosta Lowndes County Parks and Recreation Authority meeting, 4:30 at 1901 North Forest Street. To stay informed of what's happening in the city, sign up for the weekly e-newsblast at valdostacity.com/public-information. As we reach the end of the summer and the beginning of the school year, Metro 17 would like to remind drivers to be cautious during their morning and afternoon commutes. There will be more drivers on the road and children walking to school. We advise you to leave early, give yourself more time, and obey speed limits to avoid accidents. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also like our Valdosta Youth Council page. Follow us on Twitter at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.